The time is 11 o'clock on this late Monday night, August 28th, 2017. It's time now for the Beer Channel 11 o'clock news on this late Monday night, August 28th, 2017. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter J. Wiggins. It's 11 o'clock, and our top story on Peter Channel 11 o'clock news is cities gear up to take in storm victims from the Texas coast. The latest on Tropical Storm Harvey. Catastrophic flooding in Texas continues. 3 feet of rainfall so far in Houston. State of emergency declared for Texas and 54 counties. Mandatory evacuations for Dixon and Fort Bend. Rainfall totals could total up to 50 inches by the end of the week. Rainfall totals could total up to 50 inches by the end of the week. 288 freeway underwater and Park Reservoir approaching record numbers. We'll have more on that coming up on the weather segment of the Peter Channel 11 o'clock news. In other news, North Korea missile flies over Japan, escalating tensions and prompting an angry response from Tokyo. Trump eyed for higher ratings in President Joe Arpaio as hurricane hit. 2 dead, 4 injured after a shooting in the New Mexico library. Stranded hurricane survivors use L app to get help. Top shows for Trump if Congress refuses border wall financing. India, China agreed to pull back troops to resolve tense border dispute. German nurse suspected murder at least 86 patients in his care. Tulsa and Logan Illinois does a special envoy post. Top Trump organization executive asked Putin and aid for help on business deal. 2013 Hurricane Willie Bill filled with pork recorder Ted Cruz. Preacher Joel Austin Slimford closed a mega church in the aftermath of Harvey. Public rifts between Trump and some senior officials widen in the wake of Charlottesville. Uber is picked for CEO as a dealmaker used to tough rivals like Google. Homeowners and taxpayers face bills and losses from Harvey flooding. Amazon slashes Whole Foods prices up to 43% on the first day. Aura's 5 satellite successfully launched. Next Martian lander will be launched in the next year to look below the red planet surface. As flooded from Harvey intensifies, astronaut street well wishes to Houston. FDA cracks down on clinics selling unproven stem cell therapies. FDA designates MDMA as breakthrough therapy for post-traumatic stress. Study says 4 cups of coffee per day can lower risk of death and block post-MI inflammation. Tied to fewer lung cancer deaths. Beer Chillin' News Time. 11:02 on this late Monday night, and it's time now for a traffic good treasure pot. Beep! Let's study off on the MBTA, where the Pittsburgh line train 4:30 9:30 p.m. for Rochester stop at 5 minutes between Air Station and Off Station. But otherwise, looking good in hours and looking good on the subway, commuter rail, and the ferry on the MBTA. And now, look at hours and byways of New Winging on this late Monday night. Mary Parkway eastbound side, it's slow between West Haven, New Haven, and Hamden. 91 on the northbound side, low slow between 291 and Springfield. But 7 New England and North New England highways are looking good. And 140 on both ends, it's backed up between the North Mansfield line and 495 due to the Green Day concert getting out at the Xfinity Center. Peter Chill News Time is 11:03 on this late Monday night, and it's time now for a weather report. This is a 11 o'clock advisory on Tropical Storm Harvey. It's now a tropical storm with 45 mile per hour winds, stellar location 20.2 to the north, 95.5 to the west. Max same was at 45 miles an hour, moving east southeast at 3 miles an hour. Additional heavy rainfall overnight is expected to worsen the flood situation in southeastern Texas and southwest Louisiana. Do not attempt to travel in affected areas if you are in a safe place, and do not drive in the flooded roadways. 8 tropical storm warning effect for Mesquite Bay to Intercoastal City. Some surge watch in effect for Port Boulevard to Bargain City. Catastrophic and life-threatening flooding continues in southeastern Texas and portions of southwest Louisiana. Please see water and deliver products issued by local and National Weather Service Office for additional information on this life-threatening situation. A tropical storm warning means that tropical storm conditions are expected somewhere in water in the 36 hours. A storm surge watch means that possibly a life-threatening inundation from rising water moving inland from the coastline indicated location during the next 4 hours. For the particular interest elsewhere along the middle and upper Texas coast and in southern Louisiana should continue to monitor the progress of Harvey and for storm information specific to your area, include possible inland waters and warnings. Please monitor progress issued by local National Weather Service Forecast Office. At 10 p.m., the center of Tropical Storm Harvey was located in longitude 24.2 to the north, longitude 95.3 to the west, and Harvey is moving toward the east southeast near 3 miles an hour, and this motion is expected to continue overnight and turn toward the northeast and then continue to slow forward speed and expected Tuesday and Tuesday on forecast track. The center of Harvey is expected to be just offshore on the middle and upper coast of Texas by the Tuesday night and then moving in over the northwestern Gulf Coast on Wednesday. Max sustained winds near 45 miles an hour gusts. Little change in strength in this forecast during the next 4 hours. And tropical storm force winds extend hours of 175 miles from the center and National Surface estimated station at Managora Bay entrance partly received wind gusts of 39 miles an hour and wind gusts of 47 miles an hour. The estimated center pressure 997 wind bars at 20.44 inches. Hazard special land rainfall. However, expected to produce additional rainfall. Accumulation of 10-20 inches by Thursday over parts of the upper Texas coast and the southwest of Louisiana. Outside storm total may reach 50 inches over the upper Texas coast, including the Houston Galveston area. These rains are currently producing catastrophic left and flooded over a large portion of the southeastern Texas and southwest Louisiana. Do not attempt to travel in affected areas if you are in a safe place. Do not travel on flooded roadways, and please see warnings and products issued by local National Weather Service Forecast Office for additional information on this last threatened situation and elsewhere. Harvey expected to produce total rain accumulations of 5 to 15 inches farther across south central Louisiana. Rainfall accumulation of 5 to 10 inches are expected in southeast Louisiana, coastal Mississippi, and Alabama. That's a combination of a dangerous storm surge and the tidal cost. Not only dry areas near the coast to be flooded by rising waters and moving inland from the shoreline. The water is expected to reach the fallen heights above Grand at the peak. Surge occurs at the time of high tide. Behind us, the Morgan St. Lucie Galveston Bay, 1 to 3 feet. Devious water will occur along the immediate coast near the area of onshore winds and surge related flooding depends on the relative timing of the surge and tidal scale flood. Very short distance as a formation. Specifically your area, please see products issued by your local National Weather Service Forecast Office. Tropical storm force winds are occurring in the rain bands well to the east of the center of Harvey and along the coast of the southwest and west of the center. Tropical storm conditions are likely to present wind in the water area during the next couple of days. Swells drained by Harvey are affecting the coast of Texas and Louisiana. These swells are likely to cause light rain and surf and rip current conditions, and please schedule product from your local weather office. A few tornadoes are possible for Tuesday across southeastern Louisiana and extreme southern Texas. And the latest on the radar. And down around southeastern Texas, a heavy bands of rain in the southern section of Houston, stretching down as Sugar Land and then down to League City and Galveston and down through Brazosport and stretching far east as Baytown and raining heavily around Etosaci and Liberty and southeastern Texas and rain showers from Bay City all the way up to Lufkin, Texas and rain showers, clusters of rain showers and storms around the coastal Louisiana and Mississippi Gulf Coast and stretching up the southwestern and central portion of Mississippi, south of Alexandria and around Lake Charles, around southwest of the Witter and Fort Polk. So this is catastrophic flooding will continue. So if those of you in the Houston area, stay in the comfort of your home or seek shelter because this is the flood of the lifetime as this is catastrophic flooding. Alright. Looking at highways and byways down in the Houston area. And this is the 288 was flooded. And now it is slow. It is close from Sunnyside all the way up to downtown Houston. 45, it is slow from Galveston all the way through Houston and up into the Woodlands. 99, it's slow between Porter and all the way down to Cinco Ranch. Interstate 10, it's close between Old River and Renfree and down to the Houston city limits. 69, it's close for the Houston area. And Sam Houston Tollway backed up. And it's close between 45 and 225 in the Pasadena area. Sam Houston Tollway is close between Mission Bend and Interstate 10. And Interstate 10, it's slow between Katy and all the way down to St. Philippe. And expecting Interstate 10 also close between Lake and all the way down to Winnie and stretch around Vinton. And this is a time that you don't want to be venturing out on the highways if you're in the Houston area. So be safe and take shelter. Okay. Another tropical storm that has also our eyes watching. Its potential tropical cyclone 10, 32.5 to the north, 80.0 to the west. At 11 p.m., match the same with at 40 miles an hour, moving northeast at 7 miles an hour. Public advisory: disturbance located in very near the South Carolina coast and producing gusty winds at heavy rains. A tropical storm is in effect for north or surface city at the depth, Albemarle Sound and Pamlico Sound. A tropical storm watch in effect for surface city at the South Santee River. A tropical storm warning means that tropical storm conditions are expected somewhat in the water area. A tropical storm watch means that tropical storm conditions are possible in the water area. For survey information, specific area including possible inland watches and warnings, please monitor content issued by a local National Weather Service Forecast Office. At 11 p.m., the disturbance was centered over the latitude 32 after the north, longitude 8.0 to the west, is moving toward the northeast near 7 miles an hour, fast to northeast. Most are expected during the next couple of days on the forecast track. The system will move near over the coast of the South Carolina and across the North and Carolina Outer Banks on Tuesday. Max the same winds near 40 miles an hour higher gusts. And service is not expected to change much in strength tonight or early Tuesday, with the chances of the system to become a tropical cyclone appear to be decreasing, and regardless of whether it not this system becomes a tropical cyclone, tropical force winds and heavy rains are expected over the portion of the Carolinas during the next day or so. Formation chance for hours at medium 50%, formation chance for 5 days, medium 50%. Tropical storm force winds exit out to 9 miles an hour at 150 kilometers southeast of the center. Estimated set pressure 1,005 millibars, 20.68 inches. Tropical storm conditions are expected to win over the water area tonight and Tuesday, and tropical storm conditions are possible in the water area tonight. The system is expected to produce total rain accumulations of 3 to 6 inches along northeast of South Carolina, North Carolina, and southeast Virginia coast, with possible maximum amounts of 9 inches, and heavy rains may be resulting in some flooding concerns along coastal areas. And swells generated by this to serve to affect portions of the South Carolina, North Carolina, and Virginia coast during the next day or so, creating dangerous surf and rip current conditions. Please consider contacting a local weather office and a brief study is possible tonight and right midday Tuesday along the South Carolina and North Carolina coasts. And a tropical wave associated with a low pressure area located a few hundred miles southeast of the Cape Verde Islands is put us in the door. So showers and thunderstorms and tropical conditions are conducted for development, and the tropical direction could form within the next few days with the eastern line of the lowest forecast move westward at 15-20 miles an hour with the tropical Atlantic during the next 7 days. In regards to development, heavy rain is possible to report at the Cape Verde Islands by Wednesday. Formation chest fires, medium 50%, formation chest fire days high 80%. And take a look at the latest models on what is soon to be Irma. They're going to take it out to sea after going up the Carolina coast and completely missed New England. You're looking at the GFS model, and it's going to bring some heavy rain to the Carolinas and southern Virginia, and it's going to bring us some rain to southern New England early on Wednesday. Let's go out to sea. Oh! Okay. Meanwhile, in New England, we had another winter and weather report. Expect more tomorrow. Okay, 7-day forecast goes like this. For tonight, patchwork as we met at West podcast about 48 degrees, calm wind for Tuesday is about before 70 west. Puts the about 30 degrees, calm wind again, needs around 5 to 7 miles in the morning. So tonight, just rain after 11 p.m. areas of fog. After 3 a.m. was clouds got about 56 degrees, and northeast about 3 to 6 miles an hour. Chest patch is 40% new Christmas less than 7 inches possible for Wednesday. Chest rain before 2 p.m. Then a slight chest rain after 4 p.m. Areas about before 10 was clouds got coming most of the sense about 38 degrees. Northeast about 9 to 30 miles an hour. Chest patch is 30% new Christmas less than 7 inches possible for Wednesday. Night at mostly close to about 52 degrees. North about 5 miles coming live in the evening. Thursday slight chest showers, chances showers and after 2 p.m. Sunday to Park clouds got about 80 about 50 degrees and chest patch 30%. For Friday, sunny and most crisp about 71 about 44 degrees. For Saturday, sunny and most crisp about 75 about 51 degrees. And for Sunday, chest showers most sunny and most crisp about 70 about 60 degrees, chest patch 30%. And for Labor Day, chest showers puts the sense about 80 degrees, chest patch 30%. Currently in Taunton, it's fair, it's 48. And in Norton, it's fair skies. We have a temperature of 53, humidity 8%. That's me for the video channel. 11 o'clock news on this late money out. August 20th, 2017, PGC. Have a good night. A good Friday. And I'll see you tomorrow morning. Hope y'all have a good night.